Hey everyone, I'm finally back with another video, and in this video I want to show you how you can create profit by creating your own calendars. So if you have seen any of my previous videos, you've seen this little Easter egg I have in each of the videos, kind of like they do in the movies, hiding a little thing. I've had this video in mind and been hanging my calendar back there to be part of the shot for my videos. But this is just an example of one of my calendars. I also have another from the previous year. So this is something I have been doing for several years now, probably going on close to 10 years now. When I first started creating these calendars, it was mainly for using them as Christmas gifts to any of my family members. And from there, it pretty much went into where I started selling some calendars. Before we get started, I do want to say sorry for the length of this video. I don't normally like doing videos this long, but there are a lot of details that go into this, so if you can bear with it, I'd really appreciate it. So without having any more useless talking, let's go ahead and get in, showing you how to make these calendars. This website is called smartpress.com, and they are no way a sponsor of me or anything. I just happened to come across them several years ago and really love the way the calendars turned out, and so I've been using them ever since. First thing you're going to do to customize this calendar is go to the SmartPress website, go up to products, go to the saddle stitch calendars, and go down to their project resources. Under that you'll find the next year's calendar templates, and I do the 8.5 by 11. In years past I've done it the InDesign file, but this year I'm going to be doing the PDF and showing you that version. So when you click that, it opens up a new tab and gives you an example of what it will look like. So let's download it, and you will hit save file and OK. I'm not going to, because I already have it downloaded. Right here I have it already opened up, but I will show you how I do that. File open, and go to your download, and it's right there. Click that, click open, and it will open all of the calendar pages each as a separate image, but at the end we will export it all into one PDF that is all in the same file. So to start off with, this is our cover image that we need to change, and for your cover image you want it to be a really attractive, really something that's going to catch the attention of people casually looking by it, and have your name, info, whatever info you want on it, but to really catch the attention of people so they can see what this calendar is. For an example, I will show you what I did with last year's calendar cover, well technically still this year. So here I have the cover that I used. It's pretty basic. On the bottom I have photography by me, and these were just for families, Christmas gifts. So basically I just put the year and what it was and my name at the bottom. I could have also added my website at the bottom for those that I'd be selling, and if I was selling them at some art festival or anything like that, have the website on the bottom, so even if people don't buy it, they can still see that website and may be interested later, or interested in your other work. So after you create your cover photo, I did this in Photoshop, adding all the text, so we'll just drag that photo over onto here, and so it brings it on there. We just need to drag it to size. No, it's not your video flickering, it's my computer. So after we get that to the right size, then we check mark that, and that's it. On to the next thing. So as you can see, and I can testify too, this is much easier than doing it in InDesign. I've used InDesign and I don't like it. So the next thing, let's do the January photo as another example. Let's just drag it over, and that comes down. There's that photo, and then we're ready for the next one. Now something I do want to point out, if you noticed on the cover, let me hide that, it tells you about the bleed and the cut line and everything here. So let me explain something I've done before. Is for a few years there, I would crop, this is while I was in InDesign, I would use this green line as my, I didn't understand any of these bleeding lines and everything like that. I still don't really understand it, but I would use this green line as where I put my picture to. And so what that did was this whole edge here would basically be framing the picture in a white border. So I believe it was last year that I changed it just to see what would happen. I enlarged in the picture to go for this full section, so to go past this blue line. So I did that, and I love the result much better than previous times that I did it with the white border. So what I would be doing is bringing it to that green area. This is much easier, and I mean, you can still do that method if you want, but I just come up, do the full picture now. It's much easier, and it looks better for you to just fill the entire calendar page with the picture rather than having that white border. That's my personal opinion. If you want to do different, that's up to you. Alright, so that basically gives you the idea of this, how to edit this in Photoshop. So let's bring this picture back, and now I'm going to export these just to give you the example. Go up here to Automate, PDF Presentation, and Add Open Files. And so these are all the files that we have open here at the top, and these are upside down numbered, so I'm going to sort by name, and it flips them around. Click on that and then hit save. I'm not messing with any of the settings. I don't know what half of them mean, but that's what I'm going to do. So desktop, and then let's name this test calendar, and it's the PDF file. We'll save that, and I'm just going to leave this the way it is and hit save PDF. That's going to take a minute to save because of adding in the images. That creates a lot bigger file. So there's the PDF we created. Hit spacebar to open it up, and there it is, the full file, all the files together. Looks absolutely great. Once you do this yourself and you see all your images there, and then you kind of see it as a calendar. Let's open it with preview, that gives a little better. And you just kind of see it as a calendar preview. It gets you really excited. Alright, so there we have it for how you basically edit this. Now let's go into finalizing your purchase on the website. Let me go over just a few details you should know before going through and making your final purchase. Most of this stays the same, and I have been very pleased with how it turns out. The main thing that I always change here is the total quantity and this shrink wrapping service. Now this right here is something that can set you above par for customers to really make it attractive when you're selling these calendars. So under this, you have two options: bundles and individual wrapped with chipboard. Now this individual wrap with chipboard is the one that I always go with. So one calendar has a little piece of cardboard in the middle, and it is shrink wrapped. So it basically looks like it's from something right in the store. It looks really professional, and for me personally, I think adds a very nice touch, and probably would get more sales off of shrink wrapped calendars than not having them shrink wrapped. Now, however, you notice probably that this $467 under individual wrapped turns into $500. So you're paying almost $40 in extra cost for that shrink wrap service. But for my personal taste, I would rather pay that extra and have them look professional than to not have the shrink wrap. So that's the main thing I really needed to describe. One other thing, if you would like to get your unit cost, say, down to under $5 so you could be making a lot of profit, well, I was figuring it up, and I believe it's $205, so that gets you down to $4.98 a piece. I think a sweet spot to sell these calendars is $10. Anyways, that's how many, $205 to get under $5 a piece. Now obviously your price goes up quite a bit, but if you sell 200 calendars at $10 each, obviously you paid $1,000 for them, and you would be making $2,000 back, so you had $1,000 profit off of those calendars. So that would be the ultimate way to do it, is if you had over 200 calendars that you wanted to order. So let's go back to probably the amount that I get mainly for all family members for Christmas. This is probably about right. 30 calendars. The nice thing is every time I have ordered calendars, I usually get several extra. It's not always the same, It has varied between, maybe there's 5 extra. I think last year I actually got almost 10 extra calendars for the same price that I ordered my low amount for, and they just send the extra. I guess it's the paper that's left that still gets printed on, so they just make the rest of them. That is something that I have really been happy with, and thank them a lot for that, because it's just nice to have those extras I can give out if I want to. If I want to give those out to people for example of portfolio work or something, it's just a nice little gift. Also, one thing that you can do to change your cost is leaving it on a longer business days to get finished, because if you do 2 business days, that goes up to almost 400. So they automatically have it on 3 business days, and that's the cheapest price you're getting. Now, you can get cheaper prices if you change some of these settings, but then you lower the quality of the calendar and it may not be as great. Alright, so now the next thing we got to do is just finish our order. So you can see their little thing right here, how you submit your order. They got to make a proof for you to approve, and then you accept that, and then they ship it out. So let's go ahead and add to cart. And once you add it to cart, there is this button to add files. So you click on that or drag it into there, and when you have your calendar PDF ready, select that, click open. Now this will take a while because of all the pictures that are in it, so with the magic of editing, it finishes very quickly. Alright, and there our file is uploaded. You hit done, and your next thing to do is continue the checkout process like you would any normal purchase online. So after you make that purchase, you'll need to wait for them to respond back to you on their website and check out their proof file that they send you. And if you like the way that it's laid out and everything's good to go, then you approve that, and then you just wait for your package to arrive with all your new calendars. And after that package arrives, it is really exciting to open it up and see all those calendars there with your photo on it. With that being said, that ends our video on showing you how to make these calendars so you can start making some profit. If you enjoyed the video or it helped you out any, I'd really appreciate it if you gave this video a like below. And also, if you want to keep up with my future videos, you know where the button is down there for that. And thanks for watching.